welcome. Here we are again with Michael Renaud and Susan Gaiton. And it is a brand new year. So it's exciting to see you. I
It's
know you're
nice to see
still
you.
traveling a ton.
Yes, next week it's Atlanta, then Houston, then Vegas for NADA. Yeah, it's
And I will see you in Vegas.
yes, that'll be awesome. And if
That's going to
anyone's
be
watching
fun.
this and wants to come hang out with us, just let us know.
Heck
We'd love
yeah.
to. We're coming to hang out, so come on and hang out.
Come hang with us.
Yep,
Have a little cocktail, have a little convo.
yep, exactly.
This year we've dubbed the year of the leader. And I want to talk about this because, we had a lot of challenges come our way in 2023. Both salespeople and managers I've seen, kind of have their struggles, big changes. But I want to talk about what what people are doing to separate themselves this year. So,
Yeah.
what is going to give you that edge? And you've been talking about management specifically.
Well, yeah, I think this year, as much as it's the year of the leader, and that's, as a manager, as a leader, but as a salesperson, am I taking charge of my life and leading my own life the way I need to because I
Mm-hmm.
work in a business where I can set my own destiny
Mm-hmm.
financially, right? So it's that both leaders, but for me too, it's the also like the subheading is also the manager, right? The year is also the year of the manager, and that um, you know, managers need to lead from the front now. Now is the time. And now we're standing here in January. What's going to separate the good manager from the bad manager is the manager that sets an agenda with their staff, that's setting goals right now in January, giving them a game plan, showing them, listen, this is how many leads, this is how many shows, this is how many appointments, this is how many shows, this is how many solds. And if you can increase this number, look how many more cars you sell. If you take this many more leads, make this many more appointments, getting salespeople to understand and see that they hit a goal. We talked about this on the last cast, Mike Calvertoya, they do this really cool thing. It's their whole group, the Vaughn Auto Group. If you sell 17 cars, you're elite. Okay, so elite means you get a desk on the showroom floor, you get an extra couple points in gross, and you get to make your own hours in a schedule. Okay.
Nice.
Okay, but you want to stay elite, so you don't really slack off on the hours.
Mm-hmm.
But they have a problem in that they have a lot of salespeople that sell under 12 cars. So the new philosophy from management is if you are elite and have over 17 cars, you get this extra privilege and latitude. But if you are under 12, you're going to lose some of the privileges and latitude. You're not going to work more hours or do that stuff, but management's going to work with you a lot more. You're going to have a couple more meetings on setting goals and objectives and how you're improving and doing better with managers than the people who are in the 12 to 16
Mm-hmm.
car range are going to
Right.
have.
That's really cool. Let me back up a
Yeah.
little bit before we go a little
Yeah, yeah,
more.
yeah.
I want to circle back to what you said as far as what people are doing to separate themselves. And you mentioned these guys Mike Calvert are talking to their teams about the rest of the year, right? And this is
And not
something
just them,
that
that's the best managers are doing that now,
the
right?
best managers are doing that. But let's talk about this because I know every year, people are talking about resolutions and people are talking about their visions and their goals and vision boards and all of that. Are we doing that with our team? Are we doing that with each individual
I
salesperson? Because I got to tell you, I'm going to, the people that are doing that on their own, what do you think? That's probably 5% of all salespeople. So that may seem like something small, but taking an hour, 2 hours to go through, hey, this is how you're performing right now. This is where we ended up last year. So, if we take the same equation, you know, do you want to remain the same? No? Okay, you want to level up? Well, then let's change this formula. And it
exactly.
starts with performance and it gives your salespeople the ability to really see what it takes to have a different result. So I think that's really important.
Yeah. And if you want to know if your salesperson needs this help or not, ask them what their average commission is per unit. If they don't know their average commission per unit, they need your help with everything else.
Mm,
If they know that number, they're good. They don't, sure, you want to sit with them to show that you're investing in them. So be like, hey, show me your plan for this year and let them share it with you. And
Hmm.
you'll have a couple pointers and tweaks. Make sure to pat them on the back as many times as you give them tweaks. Okay. But everyone else, show them that you care, show them that investment, be that mentor and give them their plan. Otherwise, they're just winging it. You want a bunch of people who are tied to your paycheck winging it because that's what it is.
That's right. That's and we do that is in life, I think sometimes.
Right.
But especially if you are making this your profession and you truly want to set them up for success, if you really want them to learn to fish on their own, this is the kind of stuff that you need to do. So, I love that. What else are you seeing? I know you kind of talked about the CRM a little bit. You mentioned something a few minutes right before we started filming, but you mentioned something about seeing the average person, both manager and salesperson, they go in every day and they kind of react instead of plan their day. Let's talk about that.
So yeah, it was interesting. I was doing a training not too long ago, and we were talking about one of the salespeople. He was a younger salesperson, but he was very ambitious. Really wants to grow, wants to understand the business, wants to look at it as a business. What are my revenue streams? What is it, how do I grow? How do I get better? How do I build my customer base? Like that type of salesperson, right? Still young, still has a lot to grow, but he's a sponge. And he was like, how do I set up my day? And there was another salesperson in there who's very meticulous guy, put together, got the green suit with the green sneakers and the green watch face, like the whole thing, right? The green glass lenses, like that's his thing. And but he has a big customer base of his own and he's a very disciplined person. So I had him come up. I said, D'Angelo, come on up in front of everybody. Tell everyone about your day. What do you do? He goes, I wake up 5 a.m. every single day. I make myself a cup of coffee. I have this smoothie drink. I go on a run to the gym. I get to the gym exactly at 5:20. I do my workout. 6:25. I shower, change at the gym. I get in the car. It takes me an hour to get to work. I'm there by 7 at the store by 7:30. I sit down in the hot seat. I answer some leads from last night. If some the phone rings, I get it. Then I start working on my, previous customer, notes to previous customers, birthdays, anniversaries, blah, blah. And it goes on like that all day long. And then at this time I go to service and
I'm
at this
like, you're
time I go
wearing me
here.
out just listening to
Right.
I'm like, when is this going to
I
end?
get it, but it's totally disciplined. But he's
That's no, but
disciplined and
that's
he
great.
grows and he knows how to fix himself and he structures his day. Can I structure my day that tight? I can't structure my day that tight. That's not how I am. It's not how you are. But there are people who need
Hmm.
that structure in the day,
Hmm.
and our salespeople need to see that structure and they need to hear that their fellow salespeople do have structure like that.
Hmm. Hmm. That's great. You did what I wanted you to talk about though.
Yeah,
You
the
mentioned
CRM.
well, you mentioned someone going in and just diving in instead of taking advantage of the time. They're like reacting to, what's in the computer. So get your head out of the
Right. So
computer.
so what happens when managers get into the store, right? What happens when managers get into the store? Most managers act like they act in a office building. They walk right into the store, head right to their desk, sit at their computer, and just start typing away. Blah 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 blah
Hmm.
blah.
Hmm.
Right? They don't say hi to anyone. They don't shake hands. They're not high-fiving. They're not pumping up their staff. They're not getting people ready for the day. It's like, don't bother me. I got to answer emails and do all this stuff. No. The first thing you need to do is set the tone for the store for the day, right? You're the manager, you're the salesperson, whatever you are, set your tone. Take a walk through the store, say hi to everyone. You have to work with all these people all day. If you're delivering cars, you got to work with the billers, you got to work with the porters, right? Managers, you got to work with everyone. Say hi to them, high five them, get everyone in a good mood because if everyone in the store is a good mood, customers are going to have a good mood, right? And
Hmm.
then say hi to everyone. Then set up the day. Guys, what do we need to do? Boom, boom, boom. Focus on your staff. Focus on making them great and getting them set up. Then worry about all the bullshit that you have to do throughout the day.
Hmm.
Because when you walk in and start working on your own bullshit, that means everyone else isn't important. And if you set them up the right way and focus on your staff the moment you walk in the door and make sure they're good and okay, then you can worry about your stuff. It's like having children. Susan, can you settle and start your workday until your kids are all set, squared away, and out the door?
No.
Yeah,
No.
right. Why? Because they need to be squared away first. Because if not, they'll
Right.
keep bugging you throughout the whole entire morning.
Right.
Mom, I'm trying to do work, but mom, I'm trying to do it. But how much more efficient and how much better,
Right.
how much better is their day and how much better is your day?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. All right. So what other things? Let's talk about other wins.
Well, let's talk about
Other
digging into the CRM. You're a big dig into the CRM person. You love that, right? You love all that proactive activity. Like that's going to be some winners this year, right? I mean, sure, we're avoiding the people we killed during COVID, but there's still a lot of people out there who are sitting on cars that we need to get out of.
Yeah, I mean, I think your CRM is just a gold mine. That's there's no question about it. A lot of a lot of people wait for the phone to ring, wait for the next person to show up, wait for the
Right.
next spoon from your manager. And when really we're sitting on so many opportunities of people that are just waiting to hear from someone that they like and that they want to do business with. So it's definitely simpler than we think. But yeah, your CRM is definitely gold mine. I think that's
Well, there's so many. Well, sorry, finish.
there's definitely a lot of opportunity there. Hmm.
Yeah, and especially I think it's going to be a lot this year too, because as much as I think we're gonna sell more cars than we did last year. I think the American car market is going to be very strong this year, but the reality is we're going to have to reel these customers in a little more. We're going to have to give them the confidence to buy because yeah, the Fed's going to cut rates, and that's going to help everybody, right? Somewhere between 3 and 7 rate cuts will be a big help taking off that interest rate pressure, but that doesn't start till March.
Hmm.
So what are you going to
Hmm.
do between now and March? If you're at a brand where interest rates are still a little higher than normal because you're not Volkswagen where they got 0% or Jeep has got 0%, whatever it is, you got to dig a little deeper. You're going to have to get into your CRM and dig, and you're going to have to reach out to customers and understanding how you're working that. Okay. Good farmers should be calling orphan owners because there's been a lot of turnover in the dealership recently, especially over the last 6 to 8 months. So with
Hmm.
all that turnover, who's calling these customers? Who's letting them know, hey, I want to take care of all your, Corolla needs,
Hmm.
you
That's
know?
right.
So, those are the things that are going to need to get done this year to be successful. And managers are going to have to manage that process. They're going to have to inspect what they expect and make sure that gets done.
Right.
Yeah. So those things I think is, that's big for this year.
Okay. So let's talk about what else is separating the big guys. I mean, what is it?
You
No,
mean
we
like
talk
this?
about
Like,
customers. We talk about customers being a little bit more reluctant to buy. We're not getting those. Yes, I'll come in right now.
yeah, but
Yes,
they're
I'm ready to buy
buying,
right
aren't they?
now.
I mean, think of how we're all spending. We're all still spending money, right? Look what went on. You tell your story from Disney that you went to. How were people spending money at Disney?
Oh, there was definitely money being spent. There was definitely no shortage of money. I mean, you're talking about $100 sweatshirts and
Right,
$90
but how many
little
people
mini
were lined up
backpacks.
to
What's that?
right? We're hearing about all this, the economy's rough, the economy's this, but how deep were the lines at the register?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, there's no shortage of money. Everyone's
Yeah,
buying everything. I mean,
right.
there's like the every single souvenir stand was line out the door. I mean, it was
But if I turn on the
insane.
news, it's like, the economy's blah, right? I mean, it's there's like a disconnect almost, right?
Hmm.
There's like
Hmm.
everyone here wants to talk all this talk negative, 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 but the American consumer's like, the only person holding me back from spending is all these people talking negative and scaring me.
Hmm. Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of that.
Well, I think that if I'm going to get on the phone, if I need to buy a car, look, I'm going to put myself in this situation. I need to start car shopping here in the next few weeks. My lease is coming to an end next month.
Oh,
I'm
everyone call
debating,
with advice. Give her advice
mhm.
in
I'm
the
debating.
comments.
I don't know if I should extend my lease. I think I might do that, but I
Hmm.
might make a little, I might make some phone calls next month and see what's out there. But I got to tell you, it's going to come down to who I want to do business with because, there's, yeah, there's stuff that I might be challenged with, maybe not as much as others, but, there's still price. I know I might pay a little bit more. Interest,
How,
I mean, who
but you're a
knows?
Toyota lady. Are you loyal to, are you going to stay with Toyota? Toyota's not
I,
listening. Don't worry.
I don't know. I
No
don't
one's
know.
listening. No one
I
owns
don't know yet.
Toyotas.
No, I don't
I'm
care about
kidding.
saying it.
Kidding.
No, I don't care. I'm literally thinking. Because I have thought about going um elsewhere and it would take a really, really, really great car for me to do that. And then a great brand. And then a great salesperson.
Well, we have a couple
Listen,
near
I'm
you.
that type of person that you could have the best car, you could have the best brand, but if I call your dealership and, and I happen to get someone who's just, you know, not, not up to my
Not at the Susan
standards, I'll leave it
standard.
there.
The
Not
Susan
up to my
standard.
standard. But this could be different things. It's, like you could still be a little what's the word, aggressive with me, and I'm okay with that. If you're taking control and you want to guide this whole experience for me, I'm good with that, just as long as you're providing me value and you know what you're doing. I would prefer that rather than, yeah, how can I help you out? You're looking at that, okay, and what color do you want? Okay, and when are you looking to buy? Just
Yeah.
nothing I can do that on my own. Like I can
Yep.
walk, it's like, but I want someone that's going to be professional, that's going to provide me value, that's going to help me through these challenges. I'm not saying you're going to take them all away. Okay, and I think that's the ticket for this year,
Yes. I agree.
is just, people don't expect you to get rid of their problems. Okay, we know that you're the sales rep sitting there answering the call or helping this person out. You don't have this magic wand, we know that, but we at least want someone who's going to help us through that the best way
Exactly.
possible.
Exactly.
Okay,
100%.
that's all
Because
it
think
is.
about it, people have had credit problems over the last couple of years. They don't have as much cash to put down. They're looking for some deals and they're just looking for someone, and they know it's going to be a little tougher, but they're looking for someone who's just going to be like, listen, come over here. It's going to be all right if you come over here. Don't
Now,
worry.
are you going to get your jerk that's going to be like, I'm not going to pay a dime over what I paid for 2 years ago? No,
Right.
like,
Eric.
I
That's
mean, yeah,
Eric.
you're you're going to get your jerk every once in a while, but for the most part, listen, people are fair. I truly believe that for the most part, people are sensible and they're fair.
If it's explained to you that way.
They don't know as much as you know, right? About cars and the whole car process. So that's where you've got to level up. But you're still human. They're still human. They still want the simple things, right?
Exactly.
Are you nice? Are you friendly? Or do you sound like you just woke up? Like,
Right.
does it sound like they just called to bother you? Like, are you answering the phone like that? Right? That's such a pet peeve of mine, right?
Or
Would you rather
leaving
be doing something else?
voicemails like that. Leave
It's like,
voicemails here,
no, come
like I was
on.
listening to voicemails at this dealership the other day, and it was just like, oh yeah, hey, this is Mac. Yeah, give me a call back. I want to just make sure you're in the market. My phone number is 91727 blah 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 blah. Like that, like legit. That was
Think
voice.
about how picky you are just turning on, Netflix or, roaming around trying to figure out what you want to like
Right.
listen to for the next hour. Just think about how picky people are with just that, or what goes
Exactly.
in your ear, right? What you're listening to on on your
Well, people
headphones, or
have
but
become more picky, right? I mean, everyone's become so much
everyone, but
because you're allowed to be
you
now.
have we have choices. Now think about that. Now think about them having to buy a 30, 40, 50, $60,000 car.
When there's
So
15 OEMs to choose from at least.
I mean, if people are, browsing between this and that just to, get the best experience visually, then how do you think people are buying a car? I mean, I'm picky as hell. So, sorry to go on that rant,
All right,
but
so that no. I'm gonna do another call for any advice. Put it in the comments. Send some notes on our social media page. Tell Susan what she should do. What car should she buy? What deal should she get? Who's got a deal for? Hey, if you got a deal for Susan, let her know. All right. She's putting it out there.
listen,
She might leave Toyota. You
you know
don't
what's
know if you
hot
got the
right
right
now
car.
for me? What draws me in? What's hot?
What's that?
MPG, baby.
Oh.
I need my MPG. I'm sorry, I'll pay a little bit more. I don't want to be going to the gas station.
Gas is cheap
I am
now.
not. I'm not ready for the full-on electric commitment. I am not. And I think I can speak for a lot of people. I just
Yeah,
I don't have the infrastructure like immediately around me to be able to do that right now. But
and that's California.
and I'm in LA. Like I'm not in LA, but I'm near LA.
Close enough.
So yeah. Um, so yeah, it's going to be interesting what route I take. So yeah, if you've got any
I
suggestions for
can't
me, I'm
wait to
driving a
see
Toyota
everyone's
Camry
suggestions.
hybrid. I love my Toyota Camry. I drove Lexus for years and years and years and years, and then stopped getting that per diem money, and then went to the next best thing. So yeah, so that's me. So any
All right,
advice, let
I
me
can't wait
know.
to see
So
it.
2024, I can't wait to do our next podcast. I don't think we have enough time to talk about all the things we wanted to talk about. I know we wanted to talk about Jomo too, and Toyota and the submarine, and a lot of a lot of a lot of different things. But listen, you and I will get some time later on. Leave us with some last words of wisdom from our CEO, Michael Renaud.
Okay, one last time. Any deals for Susan and her new car, get them to her. All right. But on the last piece of advice,
Shipping's got to be included, by the
yeah,
way. I'm
shipping's
in
included. Got to
Ventura
ship to
County,
California.
California.
That's all right. These guys will make it happen. All right. The last piece of advice, everyone, is be your best. Do your best. Make sure your team is doing the best they can. Stop with the excuses. Your paycheck is tied to theirs. We're going to talk Jomo next time. I promised you this time we do it. We didn't get to it. We're going to talk Jomo next time. We're also going to talk either next podcast or the one right after. We're going to talk about mystery shopping too and have some special guests coming soon.
All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
everybody.
Peace out. Love you
Yeah,
guys.
NADA.
We'll see you
Hey,
next
and
time.
hey, if you're at NADA, you want to drink, want to hang out and chat, we're going to be around.
I
Let
want
us
some
know.
appetizers with that drink.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.